are witnessing a constitutional crisis. We talked about Trump wanting to be a dictator on day one, and here we are. This is what the beginning of dictatorship looks like. When you gut the Constitution and you install yourself as the sole power, that is how dictators are made.
https://u2.b/jpsrwcdely. Rumors circulating online suggest that Congresswoman Ilhan Omar could be facing deportation, but there is currently no official confirmation or credible evidence to support these claims. Social media speculation alleges that immigration authorities may be reviewing her citizenship records, sparking intense debate over issues of loyalty and accountability. The rumors gained traction after Omar appeared visibly frustrated during a live TV interview, which some viewers interpreted as a sign of underlying issues. However, as of now, no verified reports or government statements indicate that any deportation action is taking place. Next.
Elon Musk, I want to see if you want to respond to him. He is actually singling you out on X. He retweeted a post that alleged you were telling Somalians who are illegally in the country how to avoid deportation. You do speak Somali in the clip, and the translation, according to the translation, it shows you telling people that if ICE attempts to question them, they are not obliged to answer those questions. I do not speak Somali, and I'm basing this on the translation that he retweeted here. And this is guidance that we have heard from many immigration advocates. But Musk says that you are, quote, breaking the law literally outright. Do you want to respond to that?
Well, it just shows you how much he lacks an understanding of what the laws of this country are. In the clip, it was an interview that I gave to a reporter. I'm not in that room, actually, that they pan out to. That is an edited video. And in the interview, I was asked, well, what I say to Somalis who are undocumented or who their documentations might have lapsed. And it is important for people to exercise their Fifth Amendment right to remain silent unless they feel confident.
They say, wave of online speculation and political controversy has erupted around Congresswoman Ilhan Omar amid claims that she could be facing deportation. Though no credible evidence or official confirmation supports these allegations, Representative Chip Roy, one of her most vocal critics, has called for a thorough investigation, asserting that no one is above the law and that deportation should be considered if wrongdoing is proven. His comments ignited fierce reactions, with supporters praising his stance while others accused him of stoking racial and religious divisions. Senator John Kennedy echoed similar sentiments, stating that anyone who lies on official documents should not retain a seat in Congress, a remark that quickly went viral for its bluntness. Meanwhile, Omar's tense live interview, during which she pushed back against questions about her immigration history and alleged marriage fraud, spread rapidly online, fueling both criticism and support. The controversy has further polarized Capitol Hill and social media, as opposing hashtags like #DeportOmar and #Stand with ILHAN trend side by side, highlighting the nation's deepening political divide.
madaxweynaha Soomaaliya madaxweyne Xasan Sheikh Maxamuud inaan maanta ku soo dhaweyno Minneapolis.
Reports from congressional insiders suggest that private discussions about Congresswoman Ilhan Omar's status have been quietly unfolding for weeks, though it remains unclear whether any formal investigation is actually underway. Some sources claim that leaders are discreetly gathering information, while others dismiss the rumors as mere election season chatter. Nevertheless, the issue has become impossible to ignore. Lawmakers who once avoided the topic are now being pressed for comment, especially after Representative Chip Roy's fiery remarks and Senator John Kennedy's blunt statements reignited the debate. The question now hanging over Washington is whether these behind-the-scenes talks could ever lead to something as extreme as the deportation of a sitting member of Congress. Legal experts urge restraint, emphasizing that deporting a naturalized U.S. citizen, particularly an elected official, would require clear and undeniable evidence of fraud, none of which has been presented. Still, the fact that such conversations are taking place at all highlights how deeply public trust in political leadership has eroded, amid a storm of speculation and misinformation.
You had on X, you said that Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, U.S. citizen, should be deported to her home country of Somalia. Omar became a naturalized citizen at 17. Why did you do that?
Well, listen, my colleague Ilhan Omar, she is an American citizen. She is a member of the House of Representatives. I didn't call for her to be deported, but I did say that America would be better off were she deported. I think that there is a serious problem, particularly given after the past 4 years of open borders, of Democrats facilitating the invasion of our country by illegal aliens. My colleague Ilhan Omar was advising illegal alien Somalis on how to evade ICE detection. That is as un-American as you can possibly get. It's unbecoming of a congressperson.
What evidence?
And I absolutely
where are
think
you
that
getting
it is
that from
disgusting.
specifically? Where are you getting that from specifically?
We have the audio of her doing that.
But do you
it was
think
in an
that
interview.
She is a duly elected member of Congress?
She has a duty
constituents
to uphold
put her
the
in
values
office.
and customs of America,
you're
not to represent foreign illegal aliens who shouldn't be here to begin with. And I think that raises serious questions.
She is helping people understand what the laws are. But listen.
That raises serious. To whom is she most loyal? Illegal aliens, Somalis, or American citizens?
She's representing
I think
her
that's a very
constituents
legitimate question.
as a member of Congress. Congressman Brandon Gill.
Growing political and media pressure, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar appeared on national television to directly confront the escalating deportation rumors. Speaking with a blend of anger and resolve, she declared, "They can't deport me for standing up for justice." Her statement was hailed by supporters as a bold stand against political intimidation, while critics interpreted it as a sign that the controversy is taking its toll. Senator John Kennedy swiftly fired back, saying, "If you've got nothing to hide, you don't get this mad." A remark that only intensified the debate. The issue has since erupted into one of Washington's most divisive political storms in recent memory. To her allies, Omar embodies a fearless new generation of leadership challenging entrenched power. To her detractors, she's deflecting legitimate scrutiny with appeals to identity politics. Meanwhile, Representative Chip Roy doubled down on his position, asserting, "We don't need loyalty to ideology, we need loyalty to the truth," reflecting a growing public demand for integrity and transparency in government.
This debate today, it's about who gets to be an American. What opinions do we have to be counted as Americans? This is what this debate is about, Madam Speaker. There is this idea that you are a suspect if you are an immigrant, or if you are from certain parts of the world, or a certain skin tone, or a Muslim. It is no accident that members of the Republican Party accused the first Black president, Barack Obama, of being a secret Muslim.
For now, there remains no official confirmation that Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is facing deportation, but the controversy continues to intensify. Each new appearance, comment, or response seems to pour more fuel on the fire. Some political analysts suggest the uproar could influence the upcoming election cycle, particularly if any credible evidence were to surface. Whether Omar manages to withstand the storm or not, her name is now firmly linked to one of the most divisive debates in contemporary American politics, and judging by her tense live TV exchange, the pressure may only be starting.
It is no accident that former President Donald Trump led a birther movement that falsely claimed he was born in Kenya. Because to them, falsely labeling the first and only President of the United States of America a Muslim and African immigrant somehow made him less American. Well, I am Muslim. I am an immigrant, and interestingly, from Africa. Is anyone surprised that I am being targeted? Is anyone surprised that I am somehow deemed unworthy to speak about American foreign policy? Or that they see me as a powerful voice that needs to be silenced? Frankly, it is expected, because when you push power, power pushes back. Representation matters. Continuing to expand our ideas of who is American and who can partake in the American experiment is a good thing. I am an American who was sent here, by her constituents to represent them in Congress, a refugee who survived the horrors of a civil war, someone who spent her childhood in a refugee camp, someone who knows what it means to have a shot at a better life here in the United States.
Chaos erupted on Capitol Hill as debate over Congresswoman Ilhan Omar's rumored deportation spilled onto the House floor. Representative Chip Roy demanded answers about her citizenship status. While progressive lawmakers accused Republicans of orchestrating a political witch hunt, Senator John Kennedy's viral comment, "If you break the rules to get here, you can't make the rules for everyone else," further inflamed the national conversation. Fighting back tears during a press conference, Omar condemned the rumors as an attack on all immigrants. But critics like Kennedy and Roy continued to call for transparency. As protests broke out and hashtags such as #OmarMeltdown trended worldwide, the controversy transcended politics, laying bare America's ongoing struggle with identity, truth, and trust in its leaders.
To have you here. I mean, we'll talk about the Nancy Mace of all of this in a moment, but on that resolution that passed today, a lot of your House colleagues, the Democrats, voted yes on this. Why did you vote no?
Yeah, well, I condemn political violence, and I obviously condemn the assassination of Charlie Kirk. I just not get myself to honor a legacy that I believe was filled with hate, bigotry, and rage baiting. And I think it's really important for us to have this honest conversation about what this man's legacy was, you know, what he spewed on his podcast, and the ways in which he disparaged women of color like myself.
Your colleague, another Democrat, Jamie Raskin, voted yes on this resolution. He basically said, even if he didn't agree with every phrase in it, that he viewed it as a moment for both parties to come together. Do you think he's wrong in that?
Well, the moment should exist, but what we have seen this week in regards to what my Republican colleagues have decided to do in their attacks targeting me and what the president has decided to do, these are people who are calling basically for our assassination of us. Nancy Mace, as you just referenced, called me the enemy of the state. And so these are not people who are interested in bringing us together. They're not interested in, turning the volume down. They're not interested in finding common ground. And even the Republicans who voted out of their obligation to the Constitution and doing the right thing in making sure that I didn't get censured for words I did not actually say, they are being under attack right now. They're being threatened. A call for their resignation is out there, and some of them are actually frightened for their lives from their own base. And so, when we say we want a country that's united, it starts with all of us and all of our actions, and we're not seeing that on the other side of the aisle right now.
Yeah, and to be clear on Mace, she didn't literally call for your assassination, but you're saying because of all of the comments, I mean, we just showed the dozens of tweets directed at you, that she is, you're arguing, instigating violence against you.
Right. I mean, what do you expect for people to do with me when you call me the enemy of the state? What do you do with people to do with me when you're the president of the United States and you say this person here in Congress is in our country to destroy the country? There is no clear way to incite violence against a sitting member of Congress and unless you go after them in that kind of way. Nancy Mace also retweeted something Charlie Kirk said, which was that Islam was the sword that was going to slit the throat of Western civilization as a